We start off the month talking about interruptions. What a great topic to start the month off with. But we are talking about dealing with interruptions, and we have Gabe here to discuss this communication article with us. Welcome back, Gabe.
Well, thank you very much, Brandon. Yeah, it's great to be here. And what an interesting topic, right? Interruptions.
Yeah, we've all felt that before. You're in a conversation and someone interrupts you, and sometimes you feel like, oh, that's just rude, right?
Sometimes you feel like it's rude. Sorry, did I interrupt you?
Yeah, I was talking, Gabe, and you just interrupted me. I mean, what are you thinking?
I generally, after reading this article, I thought, yeah, we all deal with interruptions, and oh, what a terrible thing interruptions are. And then I thought, actually, I don't mind interruptions as much as the article implies that I should mind interruptions.
Really? I do mind interruptions.
Really?
Yeah. You feel like you're talking and someone interrupts you. I feel like it's a frustrating thing. Now, if you're good friends with someone, it's a little different. But what do you do, though? So it doesn't frustrate you that much, but do you try to do something to deal with interruptions during a conversation, Gabe?
Well, the thing is, I think I have more of a problem with the opposite. Like, I've been in a conversation with someone where it's really one-sided. And you know what this is like too, right? When someone is talking a whole lot, and I know I'm a talker, I can talk a whole lot too, but this is what happens sometimes. Someone's talking, and then you're interested in responding, but they give you no space to respond, and then they switch subjects before you can even respond.
Yes.
And that's a good time to actually interrupt and be like, hey, I have something I want to say about this.
And that's really hard for me, or sometimes I feel that I want to say something, but then, someone stops speaking, but then someone else speaks up before I say it, and then I'm like, well, I give up.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I think that everybody should have a chance to share what they want to share about the subject. And so, when it comes to interruptions, that's why I don't have a problem with interruptions, because I think I don't want to become that person who just talks a whole lot and doesn't give someone a chance to speak. And so that's why I think, well, interruptions aren't such a bad thing. It's a natural part of, like you said, good, friendly conversation as well.
All right. Well, let's talk about some of the tips given in our article. Is there one in particular, Gabe, that sticks out for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think the third one about seeing value in the interruption. And so that kind of has to do with what I was just talking about giving space for someone to respond. Even if I think that I should finish my thought completely, I can say that, hey, just wait, hear me out, let me finish my thought, and then I want to hear what you have to say. But I definitely want to hear what that person has to say.
Well, that brings me to the next point, just before we go. What can we do, Gabe, to show people that their thoughts and opinions are valued and should be heard?
Well, sometimes you start saying something at the same time as somebody else, and maybe you're the first person that ends up saying what you need to say. I think one thing to say is, hey, what were you going to say? Because sometimes we can continue a conversation and go to a different subject, and we don't even give that person a chance to say something. So that's a good question to ask. Hey, what were you going to say? And then let that person kind of share their thoughts.
Absolutely, because we want to make sure others feel valued and what they say that it matters. Well, thanks for joining us, Gabe, and thank all of you for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Insights.